Well, if you can't tell, I went fishing yesterday with my dad and my brother, and I didn't wear any sunscreen, and that's why I am blistered, and it's very painful. But what's not painful is the fact that this morning I played Apex, and two of you guys back-to-back games noticed me and said, "Hey, are you that YouTube guy?" It made my morning. Love you guys so much. That's a kiss, in case it wasn't obvious. You know, it's kind of cringe. Let me restart this. Actually, screw it. Just leave it in there. But want to thank Glytch Energy for sponsoring today's video. Make sure to use code JMeyels, get your 20% discount. And don't forget, we're giving away $75 every single week to someone who's a YouTube member. Uses code JMeyels and gets 20% off, or a YouTube comment, or wins a game from my live stream. And the winner from last week is on screen right now. Also, when you're buying, make sure to pick up Maui Punch. It is by far my favorite flavor. Plus, it's got all the tropical fruits in there. And today, we're talking about some nasty, disgusting behavior coming from the Apex Legends pros. If you guys want to stay up to date, all things Apex Legends news, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below. And without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right into this one. Our room's finally cleaned, by the way. Shout out Mrs. J. So considering there's usually a lot to talk about in the Apex Legends pro scene, I have a whole channel dedicated to this stuff, and I actually was going to briefly run over it over on that channel, but there's also a lot of other drama and roster updates, so I decided to not really talk about today's subject over on that channel, and I decided to make it on this channel because I feel like, honestly, this is not necessarily just a pro niche drama discussion. I feel like a lot of players and even casual fan bases are probably going to want to know this, because I also feel like it kind of affects the way that pro players look at a lot of casual players, and casual players get aggravated when a lot of pro players look down upon them like this. So firstly, it started when someone who was playing in the challenger circuit named JMeyels had actually discovered that he thought there was someone in the pro league. Like, I'm talking about an actual pro player, not someone who's just really good at the game, Apex Predator, calls himself pro. I'm talking about literally in the pro league in the EMEA scene. And they had actually said that they found someone who was in that pro league, signed by a French organization, who was making a Smurf account and then playing in the challenger circuit against all the smaller guys, the casual players, the semi-pros, and all of that stuff, just so that he can grief their games, right? And at first, it was just a total, not necessarily witch hunt, but I guess you would say it was more of a speculation. There was a lot of, you know, things behind this that made it seem that way. You could even see Steam profiles here saying the name of the horizon was Belial. So we checked his Steam profile and he hit it, it seems like. But you could see one of his old gamer tags down here was actually FFX Babylons, and this is the name of a pro player and currently signed to an organization. Well, was signed to an organization. We'll get to that in just a second. There was even some video proof that he was using one of these gamer tags to play with the streamer on a Smurf account, and even more proof as well from the actual pro player showing his screenshots in a Discord. So he very clearly was the player behind this gamer tag. So the same guy, JMeyels, who called it out to begin with, said, "I really hope that ALGS staff members are going to look into that, because those guys played the entire week and ended up griefing a lot of teams. I hope they will get what they deserve." He then followed it up with another tweet saying, "I got some news. I got the confirmation that it was Heroes_GG, which is a full pro organization that was in the pro league for the EMEA scene. Full pro league roster of Babylons, Faco, I guess, and Clemmy GG. Even Raven, the head coach over at TSM, saying that's new levels of hating someone that I'm not even familiar with. Risking your entire pro league career to grief some noobs that you don't even like in challenger circuit. What a weird flex to take your pro player status and try to flex it upon the people that are lower than you." And did it work out for them? Absolutely not. There was also a follow-up tweet here that they got banned from the challenger circuit finals, and not only were they banned for the finals, their own esports organization tweeted out yesterday saying, "As part of today, we are splitting ways with our Apex Legends roster. The players have engaged in rule-breaking actions that go way over our values and what we have been praising without our consent. So effective immediately, they said, we are splitting ways with our Apex roster due to these rule-breaking actions." Honestly, a big W coming out of Heroes in order to take responsibility and drop these losers. The 3 players that were dropped for doing all of this have since completely detached from social media, and we haven't seen any post on them. And honestly, from one perspective, like Nasky said, I have respect if they're just trying to be pros and go and play in challenger circuit games, because the game is so boring. Apex has done so bad at making the whole competitive scene even more engaging. We've got way too long of a break before the next LAN. What is going on? There needs to be more stuff going on. There needs to be more tournaments. There needs to be more activity. The challenger circuits that we do have are just so screwed up, and the games are so laggy. People are lagging out. The admins don't do anything. They don't enforce the rules. It is all such a complete mess. So if it was just the motive of that, that's one thing. It still was wrong, but it's at least something that I can understand. but this was literally to just go grief people that they simply did not like. How can you let the casual player, how can you let the semi-pro player get under your skin that much that you're willing to risk your whole pro league career just to go clown on them and grief them so that they can't get into a better position either? That is so weird. So I'm glad these guys were caught. I'm glad their organization dropped them, and I'm glad that they're banned from ALGS. Now, that wasn't the only thing in the Apex Legends news world. There's also another update that's coming soon. You guys know we're about 1 week away from the next event, I believe, or at least getting out of this event, and we're supposed to be getting like this whole 2-week long control mode series little thing that they're putting on. I don't know exactly what they're doing with that, but to me, it's been a lot of recycled stuff. And as much as the season was really hyped up at the launch, I do think that the events are nowhere near as good as maybe last season was, and that's why we're seeing the player base actually dip down a little bit as well. Well, Apex actually did put on their Trello board a lot of updates and patches and fixes that are coming pretty soon. I want to mention those, and I also want to mention that they have finally confirmed something actually was wrong with aim assist all along. And you guys could see on their investigating tab that aim assist does not work on all dummies. For whatever reason, it seems to be that aim assist is wrong and is having a lot of bug or issues. However, they're also confirming that it seems to be a firing range specific bug, not an in-game bug. And a lot of people were disputing about that, whether or not it was in-game just on the dummies and firing range, but it seems like they're now confirming that it is just the firing range and not all in-game. Also, there's a lot of crashes that are going on in the game right now that they're investigating, and support bins not awarding mobile respawn beacons when your ally is dead. That's supposed to be like a guaranteed thing, and for whatever reason it still has not been fixed. So they're investigating it currently, not coming in this next patch. Now, even though today could be an update, considering Tuesdays are usually their update days, I think last time they released something like this, it was on like a Friday or a Monday or something like that. So it's never really on like a specific timeline, I think. However, they did confirm some things that were coming. Firing range joining a player in progress will not bring recent changes made into a lobby. Also, the fact that you can't interact with zip lines during banner retrieval animation. Your game crashing using DX12 and low detail model settings, and you scan a ring or console and it'll crash the client. The emote wheel not being available during the champion screen, and then also the damage challenge thing that was supposed to be 5,000. It was accidentally listed as 50,000. Yeah, to be honest with you, even though it is an update, it's really not that much. It's not that big of a deal, and that's why I've been thinking about doing some like documentary style videos along with these news updates as well. That way there's something a little bit more interesting to draw from, because there's really not that much going on after a season launch, unless like there's just some big update. Now, we are going to be talking about Horizon Heirloom coming soon in this event and in this season, and I'm pretty excited about that. And whenever that comes, obviously things will get a little bit better, but until then, we are on quite the struggle bus with news. Not much going on. The things that's really getting a lot of people's attention is Alpha Intel reporting this. Thank you to Nico Rogers for tagging me. This guy took an actual gun and then made an R301 skin around it, and so like this is an actual usable, fully functioning R301. This is really sick. I love how this guy made this. I have no idea how he did it, but it's really impressive. Now, of course, all of this stuff is custom made, so I know it's probably really hard to get your hands on one, but like if it's possible, bro, that would be sick to have. So let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below about all the topics in today's video. Make sure to like the video if you guys did enjoy, and subscribe to the channel if you guys want to stay up to date all things Apex Legends news related. And until the next time, I will see you all later, Gators.